Hey guys, this is Dux. Today I thought I'd share some pros and cons between doing visual novels versus webcomics. I've done both the past few years, and I think there's some clear differences and some advantages to doing visual novels versus webcomics. So, as far as speed of the story progression, visual novel is definitely a lot faster. Because I mean, drawing takes forever for any assets you have to draw, and for visual novels, you can reuse a lot of the assets, things like items, characters, expressions, body language, that sort of thing. So if you want to get your story out there quickly and with like decent quality, I think visual novels is the better option. I think the clear advantage for webcomics is that you get to draw a lot. So I kind of broke down the percentages here. So visual novels is going to be mostly writing, so about 60% of your time you're going to be doing your writing, and then just 20% of the time you'll dedicate to drawing. Webcomics, it's kind of the opposite. You do very little writing, about 10%. I guess you could write more, but for me, I think that's about the time I dedicate to writing, and it's about 80% drawing, obviously. For visual novels, though, there's a lot more annoying work. So there's all these testing, you gotta find these bugs, you gotta fix bugs, and then there's a whole release process, which you have to go through the app stores or the Steam store, so that takes a lot of time. Webcomics, you obviously don't have that. There's an exporting process, sure, but it's not as much. Not very difficult to do. Just once you get the hang of it, I think webcomics is definitely a lot faster, and there's less annoying work. Let's get into some of the other stuff. So immersion, I think visual novels is definitely more or better because you have things like music, sound effects. And I think, yeah, as far as immersion goes, I think visual novel is definitely a winner. I think music is probably the biggest part that it plays in terms of immersion. Webcomics, yeah. There's some really great webcomics out there that have a lot of effects and things like that to make it very immersive. However, I just don't think that it's there. Story progression, I think I talked about. It's definitely like a lot faster. I'd say about twice as fast. Webcomics, very slow, especially if you want to do like more presentation effects and things like that. You have to add all of these close-ups and things like that to make the story a little bit more immersive. So story progression, I think visual novels a lot faster. Some of the other details, like where you get the assets and stuff. So for backgrounds, for visual novels, you're going to be using a lot of different tools. I think SketchUp is still doable. However, the quality is not as good on SketchUp, so you'll use some other things like Unreal. You can use Unity background assets, DAZ 3Ds, also a really popular one. Of course, you can make your own assets too, using Blender and things like that. You can also get assets on Pexels or Pixabay. You can use a lot of photos for visual novels because they're still backgrounds. So you have more options with visual novels. Webcomics, you're pretty much going to be using SketchUp or Clip Studio assets. There's some other tools out there, and you can obviously use Unreal or Unity, but the thing to note with webcomics is that because the drawing quality is less, if you're using like high quality background assets, some of the times it doesn't like fit well. So I think that's why SketchUp is probably the most popular, because I think it kind of matches up with the quality of the drawing. So just keep that in mind. Character drawings, obviously webcomic, you're going to be doing all of that yourself. Visual novels, you can commission, or you can use some of the free assets, especially for NPCs and other characters like that don't matter as much. But for the main characters, I recommend drawing them yourself. Anyway, that's all I had on comparisons between doing visual novels or webcomics. if you're thinking of doing one or the other. Let me know if this helped, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.